Alright, I am back. Let me get reacclimated here. Alright, we need to fix that. We don't want the focus. We don't want them to be focusable. Until I want them to be focusable. And that's something we have to add to our menu. We can just do an export bar. Maybe true by default. We're going to turn off for enemies. And do that, and if can, not can, focus. Actually, let's do this. Put that at the top. I really need my coffee, man. Alright, can focus equals on, and we're going to do for button in buttons. Button dot focus. What is that setting? I think we just go from all to none. Equals focus. And then it'll be mode. That's a ternary operator where we do all this in one line instead of having separate conditions. Basically, it's saying we're setting mode to focus all, if on, if can focus is on, else focus none. And then make sure can focus gets that setting. Then we're going to use this down here in mode. So you see I disabled focus for the enemies. Or you know what, let's, we want, I'm going to change this. It's going to be set focus. I think that'll work. On. Alright, we're going to, yeah. This is going to be export var disable on focus exit. Something like that. Call it that. So get rid of that. And I have to grab my coffee. I'm going to be right back. Oh yeah, that is the ticket. Okay, I need some more of that coffee. That's a good cup. All right, I'm recording, right? Okay, excellent. Set buttons, focus mode. Let me think. I think I'm gonna I'm gonna change how I handle this. Button pressed. Button. Button. Focused. Button. So now instead of that, let me see. Now this is good. We're gonna copy. Oops. Copy this, and it's gonna be. Pressed. And so instead of that function, we're not going to do that. We're going to, this is why I needed my damn coffee. Now, we're going to get rid of this. I'm going to do enemies, menu.connect. I'll save that menu. It's button focused. Actually, we don't need that yet. We're just going to do pressed to self on. This is better. Let me just do the same thing for the options menu. Oops. And we don't have to do that manually anymore either. Okay. Damn good coffee. That's like the best cup of coffee I've made in like a month. Okay, so we have all that. Focus exited. What we're going to do is a check. So if disable on focus exit, we're going to do set buttons, focus mode, focus none. Now, we also want to ensure, we're going to do set buttons, focus mode, focus, to make sure that that is focusable. If I could spell. And so enemies, I need to make sure we have disable and focus exit correct. I mean, all of them need that. All right, let's see. We are not getting focus automatically. Options focus on start. All right, so we, what's going on there? Oh, whoops, this is not right. We have to do If get focus owner oh, you know what I can do? If not, can I try to do that? And so what we're saying, if this works, I don't normally use the not like that, but if the focus owner is not one of the children buttons, and we have disable and focus exit, actually maybe I'm going to check that first, because that is that's a lot more efficient to check. Because if that's not true, then we don't need to bother doing this. Okay. Oh, it's not working right. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, so that's that not condition is it's not working. We're gonna go back to how we had it. So we do if that, we're going to return. This should work. No, what? If get focus owner in buttons. How's that not working? Let's see what's going on here. What? Maybe I have to yield. Okay. Now let's go back to trying this. That looks better. All right, there we go. Need to make sure. LF disable on. We want to do set. Okay. All right, so I'm pushing up, and we're not focusing the enemies, so that's good. I hit fight. So, oh, that's not working. Let's see what we have here. Yes, I have to update this, I think. Oh, we're not emitting it. So I do need this. Let me just use these. So. Focused button. The same thing down here. Button pressed. Button. So now we should be receiving that in battle. I press fight. We go to the enemy. I'm testing my focus. Good. I can't focus out of it. We can hit the enemy. We go back to fight. We keep pounding on them. All right. So what do we need next? For one, we're going to need an event queue. If we're going to do this the traditional way, where you have you pick all of your party's actions, all the enemies roll their actions, or whatever they're programmed to do, and then everyone's action is sorted by speed, by their speed variable, and then you perform them. So let's do that. It might sound weird, but like that kind of thing excites me. I absolutely love making those kind of things. And so we're going to do it with one party member. Don't worry about all this information up here. But so we'll have one party member, and we'll just roll with these 5. And we'll worry about like enemy generation and the different cohorts of enemies. And cohort, I mean like the group, right? Just a fancy term for group. Okay, so where to begin? Alright, so instead of fight, when we select fight, see this is going to turn into thinking here. I really need some music in the background. I'll worry about that later. Maybe I'll get that on. Give me 1 sec. I'll get the radio. Okay. So, alright, event queue. Let's call it that. Do I want battle to hold this? Let me think. Or do I want it to be a separate thing? Here's my answer. There we go. That's going to be an array. And let's see. Let me get rid of tiled. I don't use this. Alright, so we have an event queue. We're going to have add event. And so we're going to have to figure out the formatting for that. I think we're going to need types. Which do I need? I think we can just do an unnamed enumerator. And then we'll do like attack, defend. Let's just stick with that for now. Like one of the key things of how I approach making things is that you always start with the most basic aspects of it, right? Then you add the functionality later. Kind of like what we've been doing, right? We just keep adding, right? Incrementally adding features to the game. And I think, I mean, let me check the videos real quick, like how long we've been working. It hasn't been that long, right? So we go here. That must be the new one. That's why it looks weird. So let's go to properties. An hour and 15 minutes approximately. And then this is about another 10, so like an hour and a half. And we've gotten this far. That's pretty dang good. But also keep in mind, like, let me fix this real quick. Why are we not using that? One button focused exited. Yeah, I guess we don't need that, but we'll keep it as an argument for now. So, yeah, I've made probably like a dozen turn-based battle systems of different kinds. I've made like Undertale style with the bullet hell. I've done all that. I've done a bunch of Dragon Warrior, a bunch of Earthbound style. So I kind of get how to set it up. I'm not saying it's the best way to do it, but these are things that I've picked up along the way to kind of get this done efficiently and to have it done in a way that you can modify it and not have it be an absolute mess to expand. So anyway, we were working on the event queue. We have attack and defend. Very simple. I'm going to rough out this. We're going to outline it. So we have add event. And then I think we're going to have like run event. This is going to be very similar to, if you're a returning viewer, my Dragon Quest kind of homage that I was making. If you were following along, that's I'm going to do a system that's similar to that, but hopefully improved. So we're going to have actor. For now, let's just, I don't know exactly how we're going to handle that. It's going to be on type. That's going to be an int, and we're going to have a target, which is also going to be an object. Now I'm putting object because I'm not sure. I might want to move the enemy data out. This is where it gets a little tricky because you're going to have dozens of enemies potentially, and you need to hold their data, and you're not going to do it in these buttons, right? Because the button is the visual representation of that data. It shouldn't really care about the, what the HP is. And so that's kind of just temporary. And so what I think we're going to do at this point, because we're getting to that stage where we need it, is we need to make a battle actor class. And I think this is something that's going to be really helpful to you if you are, just getting started with game design. It's like these classes are things that you're going to have to be using a lot of. You're going to have to make these custom things that just aren't existing in the game, in the game engine. So anyway, we have enemies. Where do I want to put this? Let's change that to like enemy art. And or you know what? No. That's fine. And then we'll have, do I need a separate script for each one? No. I'm not going to use resources because they are too fragile for my liking. Or maybe we'll use a resource, we just won't use the exports. So we need a script. It's going to be, it will be a resource inherit. It's going to be BattleActor. It's the same thing I called it in my Dragon Quest series, which I kind of lost interest in that game. If you're wondering, I don't know if you're like returning from that, but I've been playing so much Dragon Quest at the same time when I was making that series, and I got so burnt out, and frankly, I just got bored. And so if I wasn't into playing the game, I really couldn't be into making that kind of game. And so that's kind of where I'm always coming from when I make games, is that, it's got to be something that I'm really into at the moment. And you can probably tell the coffee is kicking in. I can feel it. I feel great. Okay. So we have BattleActor. And we're going to use this for players and enemies. Excuse me. I could probably just call it actor, but it's more specific. Okay, so we're going to need a few things. We're going to need a var name. It's going to be a string, and just give that nothing. We're going to need HP max int. Just make it 1 for default, so they can take 1 hit. HP, it's going to be equal HP max. We're going to have an initialize. And so basically we're going to give, let me think real quick. I'm not going to worry about other variables right now. So for this, I usually just do something like that. And we can give it a default. We're just going to set HP to HP. So now, I'm probably going to make, I think I want to try having just one base data holder. I don't know if that's the best way to do it, but we're going to give it a shot. So in the top level, we're going to make a new script. It's going to be called data. And I'm going to open that. Now, do I want this to be an auto load? Sure, yeah. It's going to have game data. And so we're just going to load that bad boy. Add it. Remember, this is where we have all of our auto loads, our singletons. The top two are my utilities. You don't have to worry about them. And now we have data. Okay, so data is going to be accessible from anywhere in the project now, just like globals and debug. So And we don't have to class name it. In fact, that would throw an error, I believe, because it's kind of implied that it's the only one, right? It's already accessible everywhere. So data, you're gonna need, let's do enemies. And that's gonna be a dictionary, I believe. So we're gonna make an empty dict. I said empty dick by accident. Empty dict. God forbid we have an empty dick. So now, if you recall, we just made this BattleActor, and we have an initializer. So now we can do BattleActor.new, and theoretically, that's all we have to do. What am I missing? Oh, I have to. I have to. Wait, what am I missing here? The name. Yeah. So let's make a cocky roach, and that's the formatting for a dictionary. So now, when we run the game, right, data is an autoload, so it's automatically going to run. And it's going to run in that order of the autoloads, right? Globals, debug, data. Specifically in that order, because we want these to be initialized first. So, Cocky Roach is now going to be made in data, which means we can access it from the enemy button. And I think, so we can demonstrate this better, we need to make another enemy. I'm just filling in blank data for now. And so we're going to need another enemy sprite. So I'm going to go back to my trusty game art. I think we'll just pull from the Dragon Quest one for now. Oh man, Dr. Spaceman. Now, I love the Executioner. I got to get that one. That's one of my favorite enemy sprites I ever made. It's just really fun. Really fun. Okay, so we're going to have Executioner. We don't need to see him right there. Okay. And then I have this helper. Actually, I think not ready's fine. Yeah. And I call it util.set keys to names. And we just put enemies. And so what that's going to do is it's going to loop through this dictionary. Actually, I can show you. It takes that dictionary, it loops through all the keys, and it sets their name variable to the dictionary key here. And so what that does is it makes it so I don't have to do something like this. Right? I don't like that redundancy. But I do want to use the dictionary. Because that way I can, call it by name. And it makes sense down the road. So we have HP. The names are being set. I could even demonstrate. Maybe I need to pop these in. So we're going to choose a random one. I wonder if we can automate the texture grabbing for BattleActor based on the name. Do I want to? How can I automate this? Here's what we're going to do. Function set name. It's going to be name, string. And so we can do name equals name. And then we can update util. It's going to be dict key dot set name key. And excuse me. Set name, and then what I want to do is automatically grab the texture. And so we're gonna have a texture. What would that be? Just texture, right? And it's gonna be null. So we're not setting it up there. We're gonna set it in set name. And so if this works, we can do something like load. Texture equals load. I'm just gonna get that path and see what that looks like. So what we can do is take that out. You know, it's going to need some modification, isn't it? How can I do this? We're going to have to parse it. So for now, we're just going to do that. Down here, we're going to modify. Actually, let's split that up. So what we want to do is I want to keep this file naming. Also, this needs so we want to take the name. First off, we're going to do file name dot to lower. I think that returns it. So what I have to do is file name. Actually, I take that back. We can do it up here to lower. Do it all in one fell swoop. Okay, so now that would work for executioner because they don't have any spaces. But so what we have to do here is parse the space. And I think we can just do file name dot replace. And it's going to be this with this. And it does all of it, from what I can tell. Does this return it? Yes, so we have to do... I wonder if I could do that all in one fell swoop. Maybe not. So, if that works, we're going to print... No, we'll know if it works, otherwise it'll throw an error if it doesn't. So now, what we can do up here, we go to enemy button. You don't need this anymore. And in fact, we're going to give you a BattleActor. BattleActor equals null. BattleActor.hp, yeah. Actually, we're just going to pass this down. It's going to be BattleActor.heal hurt value. And then BattleActor is going to take this. Actually, I kind of like... Let's put this up there. It's going to be that. Okay, function heal hurt value int. Indent that. Init signal. HP changed. Bear with me. There's a lot of moving parts right now. Set battle actor. We're going to connect. And so that's going to be that. We don't need the value because we have a reference. I could omit the value. Yeah, let's do that. HP. Oops. Add that up here. We need the signal in the first place. HP. Okay, so HP int. We don't need all of that. Oops, I hit insert. If HP is that. This is wrong. Because I need to know if we're taking damage. It's going to be value. Okay, value change. And we can do if value change is less than 0. Then we check down here if HP is less than 0. Then we're going to get rid of it. Which that'll be, I could add a tween, but we're just gonna, we already have the animation player, so I'll just add another animation. And we'll call this exit. So we're gonna grab self-modulate. Oops, didn't want it down there. And that is just gonna fade out. And I might actually use the full second. And we don't want that looping. I'm going to use an easy. We're going to do out. So that's going bye-bye. Alright, so we have that. We want to get the reset. And if HP less than 0, we're going to do animation player.play exit. And what else do we need? Then we're going to yield animation player dot animation finished, I believe is the name of that. Animation finished. Then we're going to queue free. So first we do our hit effect, and then we check if our HP is less than 0, i.e. where this enemy is defeated. We play exit, we wait till that's done, and then we remove the instance. Okay. So we'll be able to see that in action. If this all works, we're getting some errors, so I better take a look at that. I know that, that's alright. Okay. Cocky cockroach. I'm just going to rename that. And then we can just comment that out because we're not using it right now, and so we shouldn't have any errors. So they should play the hit animation, then play the exit, and remove themselves. Or not. Because we have to do enemy button dot BattleActor dot heal hurt. Because now we're doing it through the BattleActor and not the button itself. Oh, come on. Oh, we're not setting BattleActor yet. Alright, so at runtime, we're going to do set BattleActor, and it's going to be data dot battle, what do I call it, enemies? Is there a way to get a random, I'm going to have to look that up real quick. Go get random dictionary entry. I mean, I know the logic behind it, but see, I don't want to do all that. Let me see, Godot, actually, I don't need all that. Let's do it right in here. I'm just trying to see if there's a built-in. No, unfortunately, it does look like we have to do words that size. You don't even need that. You don't need the key. Because you can do it's going to be data.enemies.values. Then we do this, and it's going to be data.enemies.size. So we're choosing a random. Oops, that's wrong. No, rand I have it backwards. And that's just saying we're choosing a random number. Actually, oh my gosh. Forgot I have a built-in util.choose. And so what this does is we're converting enemies to an array that contains just the values within that dictionary. In other words, it's not giving us these keys. That would be if we did enemies.keys. Here we're doing enemies.values, which is giving us all of these. So it's giving us each battle actor there. And then I have this helper function in my util script, which is called choose, which just gives me a random value in that. So let's see. And we're not setting the texture. We have to do that in set BattleActor. And it's going to be texture normal equals BattleActor.texture. How about that? Now I can hit R to randomize it. Pretty cool. What are we getting down here? Okay, it just doesn't like when I'm using my reload. That's alright. Okay. So now I can fight them. Oh, you see that? It hits all of them. And that's because we have to duplicate that texture. I believe. So we're gonna in enemy button, it's gonna be this dot duplicate. No, okay. Now why? Oh, I know why, because they're all the same battle actor. We have to actually duplicate the battle actor. Okay. We have to update the duplicate function. Sub resources. Without arguing. I think we do true in that. Let's see. Constructor doesn't have by default. I don't know why that doesn't work. So what we have to do is, I think we have to override and oh no, this returns a resource. Is that what's going on here? Let me look at duplicate again. So I think when we do that, dupe equals battle actor equals can I do that? Is that gonna work? Okay, so what we can do there is dupe dot name equals name, dupe dot texture equals texture. Let's see what happens. Stack Overflow. Let's get. Can I do that? It was it's called exit. Redo false. And then we do this might not be duplicate. Duplicate. Let's call it duplicate custom. So we do that. Self.duplicate. Dupe. Now that should work. As long as we don't call duplicate directly. Alright, cool. Yeah, that's all we have to do. See how only one is affected now? Now the only thing that's not working is HP. Something's not right there. So we have HP and value change. We admit it. Enemy button. So let's see what's going on here. We're going to print HP with a space, and then we'll print value change. 0 and -1. Yeah, oh, because I'm doing HP less than 0. We want HP equal 0. And we have to update. Okay, maybe instead of queuing free, we're just going to hide them. And so we know that's working. We have to do an HP equals 0 check here. To set its focus mode. And I think they need like probably a custom. Let's see what happens. So we hit them. So we don't want to be able to select them. But I think when the game's actually running, it's not going to matter. But you can see we fight, they disappear, although we're not focusing correctly on them. Button focus, I think N. Let's do this. While actually, I take it back. It's not going to matter once we're running the game, so I'm not going to worry about all that code right now. But it has an issue, right, when we try and select an index that isn't there. Maybe I do need the queue free. So here's what we'll do. We'll do queue free, and menu is going to connect to that as well. That's going to be tree exiting, self on button tree exiting. I'm gonna top off my coffee. I'll be right back. Okay. So now we have access to that. And what's the logic here? So I think if button.getIndex is less than n, less than index, then index minus equals 1. That way we're always at a valid index. So I'm going to delete, or we're going to fight and delete the last one. All right. Now when I highlight, oh. Okay, we also have to remove them from the array. Which I think we're already handling that up there. So maybe we don't need that. Well, whoops. What we do need is it's going to be I mean, I guess I could just, instead of storing buttons, we could use get children, but whoops. But for now, we're just going to update it anytime that tree changes. And so that should update. So we're going to remove the last one. Hit it again. Oh, it doesn't like that. For button and buttons. Why? I don't get that. Do I have to do remove? Get child count. I don't get why that's not updating. Does this need to be -1? Let me test that. Let's put that up. I think that was the issue. What? Dude, what is going on? Let's try that. Weird. I don't know, I'm kind of lost as to why it's going back. Maybe less than or equal? Maybe that was the problem. Okay, that looks like something. Cool. It's just because I wasn't including index. Alright, so I think we're good. Now let me try it without that. Just for my sanity. Okay, we do need that. Cool. One more time, just make sure. Let me go back. Alright, beautiful. Alright, so we have in the BattleActor, this is all connecting properly with the button now. The button itself does not care about the HP. At least, it doesn't care about setting it. It cares about what it is so that it can decide what state it's going to be in. whether it's hit and whether it's defeated. It needs to get out. So this all looks good. Hit effect. And so what it does is it's just all about the visual representation of that enemy. That's all it's handling. And it's just communicating with the data for that enemy. Alright, next. Are we ready for... Well, for one, we need a player. Or player. They're going to be a battle. Give them 8 HP. I think we're going to do... What did that mean? Equals... Bongo. Alright. So let's just focus on... We want every enemy to choose an action, which is going to be either, for now, it's going to be attack or defend, after we select our action. And so when we do this, this is where we select the enemy. We need to store the action type. It's going to be current action int equals -1 because it's not set to anything. And so we're going to set that here. Current action equals -1. Now that I'm thinking about it, never mind. Never mind. So it's going to be fight or attack. Sorry. Maybe I should just, let's keep the naming the same. So fight, defend. We store that action. Now we have to add the event. It's going to be add event. It's going to be data.player. And it's going to be current action. And it's going to be enemy button.BattleActor. And we can change these now to BattleActor because it's always going to be that. That's an awful sound up there. So now we're going to put this up here. It's going to be used in the run. That's going to be event array. And we're going to do something like this. We're going to parse it. It should just be a dictionary. Dictionary. Alright, dictionary array. We'll do an array. So it's going to be the actor. It'll be battle. No, I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. We're going to come back to that one. I do need to plop this code in just so I don't lose it. I'll just comment that out. And here, our current player. It's going to be current player index equals 0. Of party size n equals 1. If current player index less than party size, then we're going to go back, choose the next player, right? Else current player index is negative. Else we're going to reset it. Okay, that's for when we add more party members. So, add event, we have the event queue dot append, that's going to be an array. Excuse me. And run event. I think let's just do this. Perform. Let's do run through event queue. So it's going to be for event in event queue. We're going to do run event event.actor event.type event.target. And so this should come first, logically. Okay. Excuse me. So run event now. We can do, oops, I need that code. Now we can do that match type. It's going to be fight. Yeah. This is going to be target. Let's see. We'll do yield. I could just create a timer. It's not a big deal. Let's keep it simple. So we're gonna have up here default wait. And then when we're running through it, we can actually yield to that timing out. I think that's how it works. Run event. We need defend. For that, I might actually make a function for that so it's a little bit cleaner. Print. What we can do actor.name plus defends. Up here we can do print actor.name plus wax plus target.name plus so we have our event queue outlined and theoretically functional. What we want now, I mean, we're not doing anything when we defend yet. It's purely just text. But so now, when we hit here, we need to loop through each enemy for enemy button in we're going to add an event. So it's going to be enemy button.BattleActor util.choose. That's going to be fight, defend, and yes, up here we need party. Where am I using party size? It's going to be party, actually, util.choose party. So data. So I'm going to choose that, and then it should run through. We'll see it down here happening. And these actions, if we're hitting, should play out as well. Oh, we're never we're never calling run through event queue. We also should. That's all right. I'm just going to hit the first one. BattleActor. That's why. Timeout during yield. Yeah, how do I do that? Completed. It's not a timer. We're waiting for that function to complete. Okay. Well, that was fast. Let's slow it down. So like half a second. Just watch down here. Alright, cool, huh? Now, I'm the only party member, or rather, there's only one party member. I'm not Bongo, per se. But we see how that runs, and then I lost focus. So at the end, we're going to do options grab button focus. How's that not working? Yeah, something's not working right there. Oh, that's why. Current player index. Just reset it to 0. That should fix that. Defending. I don't know why that's doing that. That's weird. What? It's adding so many. Oh, I'm not removing it. Wait. Oh yeah, we just have to clear it down here. I think I can do clear. There we go. Let's see. There we go. We do need to release focus. Here. So it's going to be, I think I have to do it separately. Alright, what next? Need defending. I think I'm ready for a break, so I'm going to pause here, and I'll pick up where I left off, okay? I mean, this is probably good for a first video when I combine, yeah, I mean, we're talking like 2.5 hours. That's a pretty good one. So maybe I'll just wrap up this section, and this will be part 1. Or part 2, I don't know. We'll see what the heck happens. So before I do that, I'll just run through what we did. Obviously, we laid out this setup. I'll go full screen. I'll wait for it to flip over. We added in a menu class that we can reuse. We made it so that the focus stays within that menu when we're on it. We have enemy selections. We have hit effects. We have the event queue, which is running. I'm going to go out of full screen here. Down here, currently, you know, it's in an early state, obviously, but yeah, we have enemy defeat animations. And we don't have the player data yet. We don't have multiple party members. We're not updating the enemy text and quantities yet, but we're getting there. We really need a hit effect so we can demonstrate that we're taking damage. And maybe I'll just... do I want to get that in place right now? I don't think so. No, I'm going to take a break. I'll come back and we'll get to it. All right, see ya.